All right. Andrew Rivers comes to us all the way from Seattle. So we have myself in Vermont. For people who may have just tuned in, Zip is in Worcester, Massachusetts. Ed Kelly is in Detroit. And Andrew from Seattle. Andrew Rivers, welcome to the show.
Hello, are you filming again? Do I got to remind you every time?
You do have to remind me every time.
That's fine.
Why do you think I get Social Security?
That's good.
If I don't act old, they'll stop giving it to me.
That's right. They'll just stop.
Good.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
hang on,
You got to
hang
keep
on.
faking it.
You'd like me to film this. You just use a little clip of it on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Where you have 8 times the audience we do.
You have 150,000 on your Facebook page. You just don't use it.
Yeah, I have 150,000 followers.
Right.
But they
I've
follow
got
very
20,000
slowly, and I
followers.
think they're a mile behind.
You got to keep that stuff fresh. Buddy.
Yeah,
Hey, we put it up. It stays up, so whenever they get around to it,
that's good.
it's fine with me.
Andrew, how are you?
I'm good. I actually just started going to the gym again, in person. Very scary, spooky. I don't know. I hired like the Zoom trainer, right? And it was fine, but it was more of like an instructional thing where he was like, "Here's some workouts you can do on your own time," and I'm like, "The only reason I'm doing it is because you're yelling at me."
Yeah,
I've always had trouble getting motivated to go to the gym because, working out just seems like an aggressive verb choice, like I'm going to take my pre-workout, my post-workout. So I actually, even before this, I just started calling it preventing early death.
preventing early death.
Yeah.
That's accurate. That's good.
Because every time I'm in there, I'm like, I'm going to live a few extra years because of this, Because I'm 35. I'm not trying to win a beauty pageant. It's probably too late to join the NFL. I just want a spring in my step if there's a bus coming.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world. Gonna need to outrun some zombies.
Well, you're honest about exercise because, I love to exercise too. I do it for the endorphins.
Yes.
Because other ways of getting me high, caused me to potentially die as well. So, did you enjoy it? Do you know the endorphin rush, the feeling?
Sure. I mean, I enjoy it. It's just that it's just like getting out of bed, I guess, I mean,
You'd like to put it off.
Yeah. I mean, and it is like, are you like, I had a pull-up bar and my plan was like, I'll just do a bunch of prison workouts, but then, that just, that doesn't work out as well.
You mean for home? Did you have it like in a
yeah,
doorway?
Yeah. But how
many times have you used that pull-up bar?
I was using it a ton actually for the first couple months, and then I hurt myself, and then
they're hard.
and then that put an end to that for a little while. But I just I've had a couple months off to recover from most of my injuries. I need to get back out there, and it is a little scary because
I was going to say, is it scary? How do you feel going into a place where people sweat and grunt?
Yeah,
and that's
for
the
sure.
idea.
Grunting is a pre-existing condition, maybe, too, so that's an issue. But, I mean, the great thing about being unemployed is I can go in anytime I want. It doesn't have to be peak hours.
That's
so, for example, if I want to go right when I wake up, there's not a lot of people there at 1 p.m., so it's a pretty good...
Comedian's hours. Like a musician, actually.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm all pent up and anxious, and I haven't been hiking in a month because I hurt my leg a little bit, so I just had to
wait a
figure out
minute.
another way.
So blood of my blood. So you were doing something and you overdid it until you hurt yourself.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
He was blind for 3 years.
That applies, by the way, whether we're doing something good for ourselves or bad for ourselves. Same principle.
Yeah,
sure, exactly. I was. I mean, who knows? It's tough to know what the injury is. Even that's like the frustrating part of it is I'm not a. I'm like the opposite of whatever. I'm the opposite of a hypochondriac. Like, I don't know if that's a real condition. It's probably nothing.
So
but,
you always think you're not sick, even if you are.
Yeah, I'm always like, it's fine. I always wait a month to see if it like goes away on its own. But then, the problem is if it doesn't go away, then my insurance is very, I have the the Obamacare, so you have to go see a doctor before you can see a doctor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like it takes like 2 weeks to get an appointment, and then it takes like 3 weeks. And so then by the time I get to them, I'm like, so 3 months ago I hurt myself and I'm kind of feeling okay now. And then they go, cool, walk it off. Your body's going to make noises now. And
Yeah.
okay.
That's it. That's funny. That's true. You should actually
Right.
just constantly schedule appointments so they're ready when
I
you
know.
fall.
Yeah, that's a good idea because the chances are I'll be injured by the time one of the appointments comes up. That's really funny.
Andrew, apparently you have gangrene. This has gone on for a while here. Are you living in denial?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, the other problem is, it depends on the time of the day. Like from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., I'm like, I have coronavirus for sure. And then, when I wake up, I'm like, it's probably just tendonitis. And then at like 3 p.m., I'm like, it's a blood clot that's going to kill me in my sleep. And don't Google anything, by the way.
No,
Just
don't
leave
WebMD.
that alone. Yeah.
Yeah.